Hey gang, Stan with Intentional Farms here again. Not real sure when the latest video was, but it's October 6th, 2025, so time for a bit of a fall update. Standing here on the driveway of one of our most recent projects. We put in an RV site. Interested in, we've got signed up for Harvest Host. We will be available to book it through our website shortly, but had some utilities installed and gonna let people come and stay and tell them about the farm, regenerative ag, have some different opportunities for packages to purchase and tours and whatnot, and just informational purposes. This is going to be the view. This is actually looking east. It's about 6:30 in the evening, and so the sun is setting behind me, but even that, I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but the moon is just starting to come up. There it is. Pretty cool. So this is a little RV site right out in the middle of one of our pastures that, depending on how things are moving with animals, there could be sheep in the front yard when somebody shows up to camp. Got a couple other things we've been working on. Been looking at expanding a few things and needing to make some improvements, possibly do some different, I don't know how to say it, do some different, just do some different stuff. Looking at some expansion, I guess. And in the process, we have expanded a couple enterprises and realized we needed some more equipment. Been looking around at used tractors, and used tractors are hard to come by these days, so went for a couple brand new tractors. Just showed up. I'm going to show them to you here in just a second. They just showed up. Brand spanking new, right off the line. These are Joel South and Chicken tractors. So we got the standard capacity. These are your standard 10 by 12s, 75 birds a piece, based on the entry-level expenses for modern agriculture. These are pretty profitable. There are 75, saying all of that tongue-in-cheek, but one of the things that we've really got into and realized there's a big demand for is pasture-raised chicken. So we've got 75 birds in each one of these. These birds are 3 weeks old today. Cornish cross. They will be getting moved every day. We've got another set of birds that is ahead of them in age. I'm going to walk you over here in just a second and kind of give you a little bit of the update and what's going on. So these birds are, like I said, Cornish cross. We are feeding them a non-GMO corn mix, no soy. It uses a peanut meal for the protein base, vitamins and mineral packs in it. We put a probiotic in there, and then we also use a C90 sea mineral in all of our feed. This is where they're headed. I don't know if you can see it or not. Looks like you can. I brush hogged a few paths around the edge of this paddock. This paddock, when we bought this place, was just complete broom sedge. And broom sedge, if you're not familiar with it, it's a grass that when it is tender, the animals will eat it. As it gets old, it's just like a broom. That's a broom sedge plant. Not good for much. It will turn brown. It will basically, it grows in poor soil, one that doesn't have much fertility, one that this pH is wrong, and this entire paddock right here was just solid broom sedge. So we've been rolling out hay, broadcasting our sea mineral, and actually we put lime on the first year we were here just one time to try and fix the pH. And we're actually getting some pretty good diversity, but we're going to see what it looks like to put some high-powered chicken litter on that is made on site, and by moving those chicken tractors around. Those birds will be in that set of chicken tractors for 5 weeks. We'll process at 8 weeks old. Let's see if I can make my way across here, find something to talk about while I'm walking to these other birds. Probably walk down here and show you where they started. These other birds are 4 weeks ahead of the first set of birds. Excuse me. So they will be processed in 2 weeks. That'll put them at 8 weeks old. We're shooting for about a 6 pound, maybe even a 6.5 pound carcass weight on processed bird. Don't really know. First batch was a bit of a learning curve. I believe we processed a little early, but I didn't have a reference, so I figured it'd be easier to process a little early than push the envelope and end up having a mess with birds that got too big. So anyway, this second set of chicken tractors, we started them right up there, even with that white post, right over there. It's a water hydrant. We started them right there. You can see the grass is already coming back. We've had some pretty warm weather this October, this fall. Still having some 80 and 89 degree days. But working them this way, again, moving them every day. Tractor's 12 foot long, so they move 12, 13 feet every day. This particular area that we're walking into at the woods was so thick when we bought this place that you absolutely could not walk through it, see through it, navigate. It was completely grown up. So we've thinned a bunch of trees. You can see the little piles of feed that gets left from those feed trays, and you can see how the birds, as we get closer to them where the grass is just not, they work it over pretty good. They eat quite a bit of the grass and they tromp it in pretty good, and then they leave behind a pretty good little layer of poop, which is pretty fertile once it has a chance to soak in and actually kick off the grass. So these birds, same thing. They have been out here on the pasture 4 weeks sooner. We started a batch of 150 in the brooder. We kept them in there for 3 weeks. We put them out on pasture. We waited a week. We started our second batch, second flock of 150, which is the first birds we looked at. These are the birds that came into the brooder first and came out of the brooder first. They're quite a bit bigger, nicer looking birds. Working them through this woods, weeds mess. Curious to see what adding some fertility will do to these areas, but they're pretty content. Looks like they'll get a little bit of feed before nighttime. Getting ready to move them. Got an early morning tomorrow, and they don't like to move in the dark, so we need to leave the house before dark. So I'm going to get them moved tonight yet, so I don't have to mess with them in the morning. They're just about to the point to where I will move them twice a day. As they get a little bit older, they tend to make enough manure that I try and give them. I do give them fresh grass in the evening, so when they're sleeping, they're on fresh grass, and then move them again in the morning. So they're probably about that time where it's time to start moving them twice a day, just to keep them on fresh grass. Appetites get a little bit bigger, and the poop gets a little bit more. So gonna work through that. And anyway, just wanted to update things for our records for whoever else is paying attention, and see you next time.